Another tutorial from photoshopvid.com, and today we're going to be making another full website design, except this one is going to be for a bigger site rather than the smaller blog slash personal website tutorials we did earlier. So go ahead and make a new image, 900 by 1000 pixels. We're going to start out with. Okay, and now you want to fill your background with not necessarily 100% white, but a lighter gray. Okay, just that looks pretty good. Okay, fill your background there. Now you want to zoom in. You might be zoomed out a little bit. Okay, so go ahead and make a new layer, and we're going to start out by making a gray bar on top of our canvas here. So go ahead and select a dark gray. Okay, and edit, fill. Okay, and now let's go ahead and add a phone number right here. So this could be for a company, a business website, a web design company, that sort of website we're going to be doing here. So go ahead and set your font to Arial and make sure your font setting right here is set on none. Okay, so we're going to do, let's see, just do a random phone number here. This is not my number, so don't try and call this, because no one is going to answer. Okay, and I kind of have some font settings here. Go ahead and reset those. Okay, and right here. Okay. Now we got our phone number right here, and let's go ahead and add a small little indentation kind of thing. So go ahead and grab the rectangular marquee tool and just make a selection around your phone number right here. Make a new layer. Now you want to grab the brush tool with a soft brush like this one and get a good sized, just about the size of the phone number. Okay, now grab a white brush and just make yourself a brush stroke. Kind of sounded like breast stroke, but no, a brush stroke. Okay, and kind of get a light one going here. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and erase the edge a little bit and just reduce the opacity a tiny bit. Okay, and there we have our phone number. I think we might have to add an extra number here. 43, yeah, okay. And there we have our phone number. So go ahead and make a new group here. Name that top bar. Now I like to keep my web templates organized out of anything. So we'll go ahead and move all our layers and stuff in there. Okay, and now let's go ahead and do a simple logo. Let's see. On a lampo. That is going to be our little template name here, and I'm gonna go ahead and use this font for the for the logo called Avant-Garde BKBT. Now you could probably search this up and find it on Google. So go ahead and make this a decent size. Okay, and I'm actually gonna make my black bar a little bit bigger. Okay, that looks like a good size. And move our phone number here kind of at an even amount of distance. Okay, and let's go ahead and do the on at a gray color. Okay, that looks pretty good so far. Now maybe we could set a gradient overlay on our top bar, see how that looks. Okay, a little bit less, maybe at 1, reverse it. No, I think, yeah, let's just keep the basic look that we got. Okay, now move your logo text into its own group. Go ahead and make a new group, and I'm actually gonna move these letters, make it sharp, and we'll go ahead to the font settings right here and decrease the space between the words by about, let's do 75. Okay, that looks pretty good. And I'm gonna add a simple little square as part of my logo. Now you could use the same kind of logo I'm doing. I'm gonna also offer this for free download on my website. Oh, go to edit, fill. Okay, I'm used to using the paint bucket tool a lot. Maybe do something like this. Just kind of play around with it, try to get a good effect. Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and leave it like that. Okay, and let's go ahead and add a simple, this is our simple quote. Okay, and set that at about 12. Set it on Arial and go ahead and reset the font settings right here. Okay, set it on narrow, none. Hope you're following along. Maybe smooth. See, I don't like narrow. I don't like how that's looking at all. Maybe set it on bold and reduce the opacity. Now you could play around whatever font looks better with your design. I'm actually going to go ahead and just spread it out a little bit like that. Grab our little square here. Okay, and maybe put this on crisp. And let's go ahead and add a little drop shadow on our font here. And let's set the size at 0 and the distance at 1, maybe 2. 2 looks good. It adds a small drop shadow. And let's also add a drop shadow on the square. Just set this one at the distance on 0. Okay, that's looking pretty good so far. So now let's go ahead and actually do the navigational bar. Okay, so make a new group, name that nav bar, make a new layer in that group, and go ahead and grab the rectangular marquee tool and make a selection under your black bar. Now you can do the navigational bar, really, I mean, any color you want, really. I'm gonna actually, let's see, I'm gonna do a blue like this. Okay, it's a pretty good looking blue. See, this is a good color scheme we got here. A lot of designers like to use this, the gray, white, and blue. So we're gonna go ahead and do the same thing. I don't really like the way it's looking with the bold. So quote, maybe extend the quote a little bit, add a couple little dots like that, or periods, you know. Okay, that looks pretty good. Okay, and now let's do the text for the navigational bar. So we're gonna do home, and for navigational bars, I just like to grab a certain amount of space with the space bar and then copy and paste it between my buttons. So I'm gonna do home, about us, the team services network, contact press, and portfolio. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and let's actually make the font a little bigger, maybe 14. That looks a lot better. Okay, and maybe decrease the spaces by about one less space here. Okay, looks pretty good. So let's go ahead and actually align our logo and our phone number with the navigational buttons. Maybe a little bit. Okay, a little left. Okay. Okay. So let's go ahead and add a little drop shadow on the font of our navigation here. Go ahead and set the distance at the distance at 1, and then the size at 0, and then we're gonna decrease the opacity by a little bit at about 62. We'll leave it. So lower the words by about a pixel. Okay, and it's looking pretty good so far. Maybe we can add a gradient overlay on the bar here. set it on multiply, maybe. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Let's leave it at about 67 opacity. So I'm actually going to go ahead and end the first part of this tutorial here, and remember to subscribe, leave comments, let me know what you guys think. Visit photoshopvid.com to download this PSD and check out the next tutorial.